Direct from Music City, this is Live from Nashville.
Turn up the strings, boys, and Aaron, rising up your bow. Turn the soundboard on righty and turn the lights way down low. These are hard, hard times, and folks are coming head and eye. Let it go, let it go. So dance all was built in 1910. These pine wood planks have seen a whole lot of dancing since then. Been through 2 world wars, years of drought and the Great Depression. So put your best boots on and we'll play your song. We've been through hard times before, we can do it again. Come on down and shake some friends. Shake some friends. Move a little closer. Shake some friends. Take it on back. Shake some friends. Shimmy it, sister, show those cowboys where it's at. Shake some friends. Give a Texas twirl. Shake some friends. To that pretty little girl. Shake some friends. Hold on, honey, we'll dance till the sun comes up again. The bass is a thumping, this joint is jumping. Folks from town and the county all around, every walk of life and every station. We've got bills to pay, but baby, not today. This is our Saturday night salvation. So put your best boots on and we'll play a song. Cause when your life comes unhinged, you can come on down and shake some friends. Shake some friends. Move a little closer. Shake some friends. Take it on back. Shake some friends. Shimmy it, sister, show those cowboys where it's at. Shake some friends. Give a Texas twirl. Shake some friends. To that pretty little girl. Shake some friends. Hold on, honey, we'll dance till the sun comes up again. Bunkhouse sure can swing, so can the mayor, the mechanic, and the homecoming queen. At this late hour, there are no off hours. Forget the news, forget the blues, forget everything. You can beg, steal, or borrow, cut your hair tomorrow. This is your loss before you're found in this old dance hall in this western town. Shake some friends. Move a little closer. Shake some friends. Take it on back. Shake some friends. Shimmy it, sister, show those cowboys where it's at. Shake some friends. Give a Texas twirl. Shake some friends. To that pretty little girl. Shake some friends. Hold on, honey, we'll dance till the sun comes up. Shake some friends. Move a little closer. Shake some friends. Take it on back. Shake some friends. Shimmy it, sister, show those cowboys where it's at. Shake some friends. Give a Texas twirl. Shake some friends. To that pretty little girl. Shake some friends. Hold on, honey, we'll dance till the sun comes up again.
Well, good morning from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm your host, Gary Holt. That was Mary Kaye with her great song, French. Hey, darling.
Hey, babe.
How are you?
I'm doing great. What a fun song.
Man, that had me stomping my feet, shaking my head. It was like, man, I can't be still with that song. I love it.
I've done lots of stomping to that song over the years.
Well, it is a pretty nice day here in Nashville, Tennessee. Temperatures are back up again.
Yes.
We are in the 70s. I think it may even hit 80 in the next day or two in Nashville.
I had the most lovely walk today, but I think the walk did activate my allergies. So y'all will need to be patient with my my hoarse voice today. It was worth it. The walk was worth it. It was so
I like a
gorgeous.
horse voice.
Oh, do you?
I do. Well, you said horse, and I'm thinking horse.
Oh, horse. Okay. I
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, a
Double
little
E.
difference right there. Hey, you are headed to Oklahoma City
Yes.
in just about a week, a little over a week,
Yeah.
for the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Wrangler Awards.
Yes.
You are a two-time Wrangler Award winner yourself.
What an honor. I know.
And
Such an honor.
yeah, it's so cool. I know that Ed Harris will be getting a Wrangler Award. The actor Ed Harris is going to be there getting an award. Kenny Rogers will be receiving an award this time, and
Yes.
Toby Keith, both posthumously.
Yes.
But great honor for those guys to be receiving an award.
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
I think this is maybe your fifth time to go as a celebrity presenter, so that's pretty cool.
It's an incredible honor. I'm so excited. It's like a family reunion at this point. Seeing friends, I can just hardly wait to hug their necks. So
Well, it's going to be a great time. It's April the 10th and the 11th at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City. They call it the Cowboy, and it is a phenomenal museum, but it is a great time. So you can get tickets for that by visiting the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum.org. Well, we have a phenomenal show coming up today. I'm excited to have this young lady back with us. Lizzy Beth is going to be joining us, and we're going to be sharing some great music from her. I'm excited about that, and find out more about her and what she's been up to.
Exactly. Lizzy Beth is always fun to visit with. It's going to be a great conversation.
It will be. But right now, we're going to take a listen to our buddy, Miss Sharon McComb. She's going to tell us a little something about Ella Langley that's going on. And then right after that, we'll be back to talk with Lizzy Beth Goldman today on Live from Nashville. We'll be right back.
Well, Ella Langley talked to press last week and said this about all the discussion over her accent, especially the way she pronounces Abilene in Choosing, Texas.
I mean, I'm just from Alabama. I'm a redneck from down there. So I think the way I, say my words is a little weird sometimes. But yeah, I guess that's how that one just naturally fell out. There was a different version on the work tape, actually, and my manager was giggling at me just now because he loved that version of how I said Abilene and talked to me about it. He was like, maybe you need to re-record the vocals on that and see if you should do that other thing. And I was like, nah, the vocals are done. We've already done the vocals, and good thing. Good thing.
Well, if you go see Hardy in concert, get ready. You just might see Tucker Wetmore, too. He's pretty excited about it.
I have been the biggest Hardy fan for as long as I can remember. And my mom's like the biggest Hardy fan in the world, which I think she's more excited. I think she's more excited than I am. But yeah, I mean, his team reached out to mine and asked if we could do these dates, and we weren't available for all of them. But I told my team, I was like, whatever dates I can make it. I don't care if I'm somewhere earlier on in the day, and I'm showing up as soon as the show starts. I want to make it to that show because I want to be a part of it. And he's one of the best songwriters in the town, and his artistry is great, and everything he stands for that's not music based, just like the person who he is, and he's just a good dude.
That's it for this week. I'm Shannon McCombs with CDX Country News.
Well, I paint on my smile with a dollar store brush, pull on my boots and I beat the rush. Showed up early, set up my gear. They got drink specials, but no one tips here. I sang Patsy, Reba, and a little Shania. Someone yelled Freebird like he's starting a riot. I winked and said, wrong show, friend. Then I played Jolene with a fake little grin. I got the tip-top blues, but I still lace up these shoes, singing my stories to a bar full of booze. Might not pay, but I'm here anyway with mascara, twang, and tattoos. It's the badge we wear in smoky air, and we're singing the tip-top blues. mic that's used. We're strong and loud, make our mamas proud, singing these teardrop blues. So here's to the girls with the torn up set list, singing like they're on the Opry guest list. Handful of hairspray, hearts full of song, even when the tips go all kinds of wrong. Yeah, we got the tip jar blues, but honey, we're born to choose, to fight with fire and pick that wire. Even if the jar says lose, we won't back down. We own this town, from a stool or a main stage view. So raise that glass for every lass singing these tip jar blues. And sugar, if you ain't gonna tip, at least clap on beat.
Lizzy Beth Goldman, Tip Jar Blues. Hey, Lizzy, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing so great. Oh my goodness. That was such a fun song to write and sing.
Well, it's a fun song to listen to, I'm telling
It's a
you.
good one. It
Yeah.
is.
Had me wanting
Thank
to get
you
up
for
and dance a
playing
little
that.
bit and tip somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tip. Mary Kay, you'd take a tip, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put a tip jar in the kitchen.
Well,
Tip jars are everywhere, and that was
Oh.
one of the first things that I had to learn when I got to Nashville, is that tip jars are very important. Many people who are amazing musicians are living off tips.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We were talking the other day about so many places in Nashville you got to pay to play. And that's not a good thing, I don't think.
Yeah.
But tip jars coming awful handy. I know Mary Kay's brought home some pretty good tips in the past. And
Oh, I bet
Right.
she has. I
Yeah.
bet she has.
we appreciate that. Well, so tell us a little bit about you. Georgia girl
no.
to begin with.
Yeah, I was actually born in upstate New York, and yeah, I know. Both my parents were New Yorkers, and so we moved down the East Coast throughout my childhood. By the time I was 15, I had moved 12 times, and I just thought that every year when school got out, we went to a new place, and
Was
so
your
I
dad
moved.
military or what?
No, he just, they were very young, and I guess we were just on the move. So
Gypsies.
down the East Coast. Pardon?
Gypsies.
Little bit, yeah.
Little bit.
And I got all the way down to Georgia, and I pretty much lived in Georgia for the majority of 30 years. I have 3 grown children in Georgia. I finished my college degree in my 30s, and my teaching degree, and I taught for over 20 years.
Wow.
And I was a worship leader. I didn't do anything professionally, music-wise, other than sing in big Georgia churches until I was in my 50s. Yeah.
Wow. Mary Kay, you have a similar story, don't you? When did you start singing?
I started playing guitar and writing songs when I was 40 years old. And I was pregnant with my 10th baby.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, our lives have room and scope enough to do many things.
Yeah.
If you have it in your heart to make music, it's never too late. It really isn't.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons that you girls get along so well together.
We do.
We do.
Because
We
you've
are
got a
2
lot
peas
in
in a
common.
pod.
You and I
Yeah.
are, yes, definitely.
Yeah, that is kind of a cool deal.
Well, I loved being a worship leader. It was a very pivotal part of my faith, being able to sing, and share that kind of music. But the style of music changed over the years with a lot of Hillsong and
Right.
big productions. And I actually started to feel like I had nothing to offer anymore. I had a more country voice, and I just kind of felt like, well, I guess my little chapter is done. And I really didn't think that I would sing except for maybe, at a little church somewhere. And so when we moved to Kentucky with our horses a few years ago, things changed when I got to, within an arm's length of Nashville.
So tell us a little bit about the relationship to Nashville, Tennessee.
Right. So it wasn't intentional for me to be that close to Nashville. When my children were grown and gone, and now they're in their 20s and 30s. And when they were grown and gone, I sort of fed that empty nest syndrome with my horses. And I think I had up to 6 at one point. And I was never great. I was good. I loved natural horsemanship. I loved to ride. I loved to trail ride. I took lessons forever and just really just that horsemanship, all of it became sort of my new obsession. And then in Georgia, it's very expensive to own and to do horses and land in Georgia. So with my children gone, I just got the idea of living off grid for a while. And the best bang for the buck was to buy an Amish farm in Marion, Kentucky. And that's what we did. That's what we did.
And you lived off grid.
We lived completely off grid.
You virtually lived off grid.
Right. We had
Amazing.
no electricity. We had solar panels. So we had just enough to be able to run a small refrigerator. It was definitely harder than I thought it would be, but absolutely amazing. I had a giant garden. I learned how to can everything. I had sheep and goats and my horses. And I really thought that that's how I would live. I really thought I would just kind of never get my hair done again. I thought I was just going to do that, but I was involved in a tiny little show in Marion, Kentucky that they did to raise money for the food bank. And I looked at the audition thing on Facebook until the last day. And then I thought, it just got at me. And I was like, so I sent in a little video and they're like, yes, ma'am, come be in the show. So when I started doing that, something in me just ignited again. And I thought maybe there's a place for me still, maybe I'm not too old. Maybe there's a place for me still. And my marriage actually dissolved shortly after that. And so it was a very sad time for me. And really when about this time last year, when I thought I had absolutely nothing left to give, nothing left to do, I got an opportunity to record in a recording studio for the first time professionally.
Oh, wow.
And so really, I really truly feel like God saved my life through my music.
Well, your music is phenomenal.
Thanks.
And we're going to get to some more of it. I think we're going to play next the current release.
Ooh, I got to tell a story about that.
Nobody's Mama. Tell us about Nobody's Mama.
Oh, y'all, this is my favorite story.
Y'all.
So I still have not been to the Grand Ole Opry. I still have not as a guest. I was invited. My amazing producer, Buddy Hyatt, plays for Daly and Vincent, and he invited me to come with a backstage pass when they were playing last September. And I knew that I would get a chance to meet Vince Gill. He was on the ticket, and Mae Estes was on the ticket. I knew that they would be there. But I was in the big green room getting tea, and I turned around and Amy Grant was standing there. And I about lost my breath because that woman, I have been in her shadow. I sang her music. That was the first song I sang in church at 13 was My Father's Eyes. So that woman, I just lost my breath. So I got my wits about me, sort of, kind of. And we were able to visit. And about an hour later, we're still having tea and talking like friends,
yeah,
in the hallway over tea. Like that's a normal thing in my life. And I was just so touched by her time she spent with me. So anyway, I said, yeah, right now I'm nobody's mama and nobody's wife. And that's kind of hard and kind of good and all mixed up. And she put her hand up just like that. She said, Lizzie, that's the song. Write that song.
How about that?
So I did. So Nobody's Mama came from a time with Amy Grant where she, when she tells you to write a song, you're like, Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I do. And it turned out to be super personal. Yeah, because it really is the stage of life that I'm in right now, and it's kind of good and kind of bad and, all mixed up together.
Well, let's
yes.
take a listen to this great song. It's Nobody's Mama. We're talking with Lizzie Beth Goldman today on Live from Nashville. We will be right back.
I wake up when I want, pour my coffee strong, don't answer to no one, ain't doing nothing wrong. Got my boots by the back door, keys in my hand. This little slice of freedom's more than some folks understand. I'm nobody's mama and nobody's wife. The winds have changed, a new season of life. I wake up alone, hear my own breath. That's what it feels like when nobody's left. No one to cling to, no one to fight. I'm nobody's mama and nobody's wife. My friends all say I'm lonely, I'm running out of time, but I've got my freedom, honey, that's just fine. I've got dreams I'm still chasing, places left to go, and when I'm down, I pick myself up and head back home. I'm nobody's mama and nobody's wife. The winds have changed, a new season of life. I wake up alone, hear my own breath. That's what it feels like when nobody's left. No one to cling to and no one to fight. I'm nobody's mama. Sometimes I wonder if I belong or if I fit in. When the kids don't call and ask how I've been, the lonely days no one sees, memories in my head. The silence is deafening when there's a ghost in the bed. Maybe someday I'll settle, maybe not, who knows. But right now this freedom is the sweetest thing I've known. I'm nobody's mama and nobody's wife. The winds have changed, a new season of life. I wake up alone, hear my own breath. That's what it feels like when nobody's left. No one to cling to, no one to fight. I'm nobody's mama and nobody's wife.
Great song, Lizzie.
Thank you.
And a great story behind it. So powerful. What happens when you kind of dip your foot into that stream of creativity, where it can take you?
Yes, and
Amazing.
I love the story, but there's always a story under a story, and that's where I love to write from. I have I have a song that I just started cutting called "The Gift," and it came from a few weeks ago. The beginning of March, I visited my cousin, who was like a sister to me, up in Deadwood, South Dakota. And we got into this discussion about what is a gift before you give it away. And, we all know that God gives us gifts. We know that we are supposed to share our gifts. But there's this moment or this time before we give it away. What is it then? Like, what is it first? I can't explain it. We just got down this rabbit hole, and then it was like, why do we get those gifts, and what are they to us before we are strong enough to share them with other people? And it just kind of got to where those are the purest parts of us that are the most like God. Those are the parts of us that are the most like God, the truest parts of us, the purest parts of us. And he fills in some cracks that we have, that we need healing. And then when the healing pieces move apart and we are strong, we are able to give something that is so close to God that comes through us, then we're able to share it with the world. And that's all I can that song wrote itself. And I shared it with my producer, and he said, yes, we need to put everything else on a back burner for 5 minutes, come in and cut this. And that's to me what songwriting is about. I want to know what's one level deeper than the story. I want to know and so with Nobody's Mama, it was, I'm loving this. I was married at 20, having babies, and so I'm loving having the freedom. Is it lonely? Yeah. So it's a lot. It's all of it mixed in together,
Amazing. How long did it take to write that song?
Well, it started out as a post. It was a conversation, and then it was a post. And then I started writing wait, are we talking about Nobody's Mama?
Yeah.
Or the gift?
Nobody's Mama.
Oh, my word. This was last September. I don't know. I tend to fly off the cuff with songs. I've learned that I need to slow down. So probably it didn't take me as long as it should have. But I voice text into my phone. That's how I write. I don't, my hands aren't very strong anymore, my fingers. So when I get an idea for a song, I just start putting everything in to a big jumble of words. And then I copy and paste it and put it into a Word document, and I create a chorus. That's just my own personal weird. And then I go from there and I tell my stories. I'm like, what are the 2 stories? I get excited about a song, and I probably have learned that I need to slow down a little bit, but this one just felt, I started writing it that night at the Opry. In fact, I showed some of that. Yeah. I actually had part of the chorus written and showed her what I had written before we even left, because we were all together for about 3 or 4 hours backstage. But I'm not good at writing more than one song at a time. I just get on a focus, and I just get on a tunnel, and then I just obsess about it. And it's not done ever till the vocals are cut, ever.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
still making
writing, making notes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm still making changes always until the last possible minute.
I've got friends that have cut albums, and they said, okay, I needed one more song for this album. And they wrote it on the way to cut the album. It's like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Do that?
To me, I was an English teacher, and I've always been a journaler, and I've always been a poet, always. 20 years ago, I had 17 friends on Facebook, and I was matching beautiful photography with literature. I've done that for my whole adult life. It's just something creatively. And so for me, I just didn't know I was writing songs. And I think one of the very first things that I had written a letter to my dad, which was a sad letter, but I sent it to somebody else, and I'm like, can you make this a song? And they're like, I don't know, maybe sorta. And that was the first time I went like, oh my goodness, I can do this myself. I don't need someone else to take my letter and create a song. I can do it myself. So that was pivotal for me over the year of going, I don't have to have all the answers. I can just do my little blah, 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 get all the emotion of it out, because I can fix that later. But the emotion, the emotion and the looking at things at a deeper level, you have to capture that. Unfortunately, it hits me at like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I don't appreciate that about my brain. I will get so comfortable and I'll be so close to going back to sleep, and I'll think of something and I'll be like, well, crap. Now I got to get up and get my phone. So that's just kind of how that early morning, I don't know what it is. My brain goes, it's like a half.
It's like, I want to write now.
Yeah, it's like a half dream state, and I'm not asleep and I'm not awake. So there goes my brain off on a song.
I did that this morning thinking about this show. It's like, man, I got to go back to sleep. And so when I finally did, it was almost 10 o'clock when I got up, but I don't know how many hours I lay awake thinking about this show and some other things. Yeah. And that's just part of it. That is just,
it's our little, that's the way we're wired. You know, I joke that if I'm not creating, I'm self-destructing.
So keep creating.
For me to keep moving forward.
That's
right. Let's listen to another song. This is a little bit different. This is Red, Red Wine. Let's take a listen to that and come back and talk more with Lizzy Beth today. You're listening to Live from Nashville.
Yeah.
Heard around the world on iHeart Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and most streaming platforms. And now you can catch us on YouTube. You can find all of those by looking for Equestrian Legacy Radio.
Red, red wine, wash away these blues. I got nobody to tell my troubles to. My baby's gone. He found someone new. Red, red wine, wash away these blues. I found me a river, I'm gonna sail away. It goes back in time to yesterday. I'm gonna find my baby and make him mine. So roll on, river, river of wine. Red, red wine, wash away these blues. I got nobody to tell my troubles to. My baby's gone. He found someone new. Red, red wine, wash away these blues. Red, red wine, wash away these blues. I got nobody to tell my troubles to. My baby's gone. He found someone new. Red, red wine, wash away these blues. Red, red wine, wash away these
Oh my gracious. Some of those pictures are so silly.
Well, I've got to ask you because a lot of cowboy pictures in that one.
Yeah.
Tell us about this Western reenactments that you've gotten into?
Yeah, so I met someone a year ago, and he is a trained stunt cowboy, like falling off horses in the
Right.
movie kind of thing. Trained gunslinger. And there were a couple of different groups. There was High Noon Rebels, there was Dead Tree Desperados, and they were doing a music video for a Nashville artist, and they said, "Do you want to come be part of this music video?" And I'm like, "Of course." So this amazing Western town, I bought my little first saloon girl costume, went out there, and I don't know how to describe it. We all are just ridiculously, we have so much fun. They're like they take such good, sweet care of me. And we have had so many different, we rob trains. I sing on trains. We do like street shows with gunfights, and we wing it. I mean, they're trained. I am not. They're like, "Lizzie, go start a gunfight." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go sashaying out into the middle of a road with all these people around, and I just wing it. And they finally let me die. And so I was able to like do my first death scene, and I'm laying on the ground, and it's a pile of bodies, and I start giggling. And they're like, "Lizzie, you're dead. Lizzie, shut up, you're dead." And so that we have all gotten so close. We have gotten so close. And now my costumes are getting a little out of control. Every time I
Love
see
dressing up.
something, yeah, it's so much fun. So we do all kinds of stuff. And we just did an appearance at a tribute show for Kenny and Dolly. And we're going to be at Tennessee Central Railway on April 18th. And we just have a blast. And being in costume and just being sassy is right up my alley. I love it.
Well, I see the photographs on Facebook and some other things, and I know some of the guys that are involved in that with you,
Yes.
and it's just a hoot. I mean,
It's
it's
a
so
hoot.
much fun
Yeah,
to
we
see
do.
you
Like,
guys.
there was a Chuck Wagon Festival we all did last fall, and we were out feeding buffalo. Like, who does that? Like, it's just, I can't. They're absolutely, that's all volunteer for now. There might be a Western show coming down the pike, something that we would that'll be completely choreographed and stuff, and that's kind of in the works. So, but right now we just all really enjoy each other's company. And me, I'm like, with all these handsome cowboys, are you kidding me? It's miserable, miserable.
You poor thing.
So
My
for
gosh.
me,
There used to be a train that would go. I don't know if it was the Nashville Star or there's another train that goes from Nashville downtown to Watertown, Tennessee, and they would
that's
have
where
a
we
lot of
went one time. Yeah,
gunfights.
we've done the
Yeah,
Watertown thing.
Watertown.
yeah. It's kind of
Yeah,
kind of a
we've done the
cool deal.
Watertown thing, and that's what we do. The same thing. I sang in every train car. Renee Jones is a wonderful musician, and he played the harmonica. And in every train car, we did, I don't know, Red River Valley, a couple songs. And the people that are there, it just adds a lot to their experience.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
fun, and for us, it's just a hoot. So we have a great time.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, I'm going to get to a little bit of more music and whole lot more conversation. But this is a song called "Heartbreak in the Making," and this was an award winner for you, wasn't it?
It was before I even knew what that really was. This was the yeah. I'm so trial by fire. Life with Lizzie is always an adventure because Lizzie doesn't know what she's doing half the time. But anyway, yeah, it was. I got an award in the mail, and I was like, what? It was the very first song I wrote by myself.
No kidding.
It came from it came from a sad time a year ago, and that feeling of losing a relationship, losing a marriage, and then feeling like you try again, and you're just like, you're just gonna break my heart. You're just gonna break my heart. It's just like not having that faith in the process, which is where I was a year ago. And I actually had never officially released this to radio. It's been out and people have played it, but it was so deeply personal for so long, it kind of hurt to hear it. And then now I love that people love it. It's because it's pretty vulnerable for me.
Another great song, "Heartbreak in the Making." We're going to come back and talk more with Lizzie and Mary Kaye and talk about horses and
Okay.
and more things. You're
Thank you.
to Live from Nashville. We'll be right back.
You've been deep in my bed, whispers rush in my head, the intensity too much to take. Our eyes turn to fire as we burn with desire, but I know that my heart's going to break. Night lights gently glow through a hotel window. Tonight we can't hold it all in. You say it's okay and you won't run away, but I know it's a heartbreak in the making. I push everyone away and beat myself up. I eat from the crumbs and drink from used cups. I love you, I hate you, please just go away. 'Cause my soul wants to crush anyone who might stay. You say it's okay, but I know that it's a heartbreak in the making. Your eyes sparkle at me as you say you love me. I wanna believe what you say, but I can't catch my breath. My heart scares me to death, and that's when you turn away, and it's all a heartbreak in the making. My heart got broke a long time ago, and all my peace was lost. You say that you care, that you'll always be there, but I've seen how much love can cost, and it's a heartbreak in the making. I push everyone away and beat myself up. I eat from the crumbs and drink from used cups. I love you, I hate you, please just go away. 'Cause my soul wants to crush anyone who might stay. You say it's okay, but I know that it's a heartbreak in the making. Yeah, it's a heartbreak in the making.
Heartbreak. Great song.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
was going to ask, you mentioned the fact that this was the first song that you wrote on your own.
Mhm.
So are you doing some writing with other people now? Are you kind of sitting in on some
I
sessions
I
together?
am I am I don't know. I've had a couple of experiences where it's just tough for me to co-write. I have to learn how to do that better.
Yeah.
For me, co-writing used to be like, here's my mess, will you fix it? And then it's like, yes, I'll fix it. Now we're co-writers. I haven't done a co-write where it's like, let's do this together. What is our hook? What is our concept? My brain is just always thinking. It's just always creating. And so it's funny. I've met so many songwriters that are like lifelong songwriters. I know you have done this so many times, Mary Kaye. I just went to the Bluebird Cafe for the first time last Monday night, and watching them, watching the beauty in someone playing a song that has been out on the radio. I don't know, it just relit a desire to stay super authentic and work slower with my songwriting, because I'm also a hook. I'm constantly on a search for a hook, and so I joke about, like, I will say something, and I have this weird sense of humor anyway. So, like, yeah, I have this weird sense. So, like, one day I went out on this date, which was so bad. It was such a bad date, and I said, you know what? You are a waste of 4 hours, 3 shots, 2 karaoke songs I didn't even like, and a hotel room I didn't even need to pay for. Like, it was so funny. And then I'm like, that's a song. 4 hours gone. So I'm ridiculous. I'm like ridiculous with my writing. I just get all in it, like, and then it's like a puzzle, and then I got to put it together. So it's just that my brain just goes crazy, and hours go by. I love writing. But I want to get better at it. I have a lot to do. I'm very impulsive because I need to stop and go back and go, is this the best way to say this or whatever? So I have a lot to learn still.
I think you're sounding great. I love your songwriting.
Yeah, one of the best hooks that I've heard is one that Mike did. I like whiskey, but it don't like me. And that was a great song that
a lot of mine are questions. Like I just wrote one called what do you think? Like, what do you think of me? What do you think of me when I do this? What do you think of me when I do? So the title was What Do You Think? And but I noticed when I added it to my catalog that I have a lot of questions. And so that, what do you think? Where have you been? Like, that song I think is beautiful. And
why'd you do that?
What? Yeah, like, what?
Why did you do that?
Yeah, and then I get silly, and then I'm like, I want to, how people say, well, she's da 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 da, so there's that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there needs to be a song called So There's That.
So there's that.
Yeah, so there's that. Like, there's that.
Well,
so
you and Mary Kaye have so much in common.
We do.
And I'm going to
sisters from another mistress.
You just come over and sit around the dining room table and you guys write sometime. That would be a lot of fun.
I would love that. And I'll even help you the next time make your cake, because you come with homemade cake, which makes me love you even more.
I love making cake.
Well, for folks that are listening, I've got a couple of things I want to talk about, though, before I get into that.
Yeah.
You have started a radio show called Nashville Backroads. Tell us a little bit about Nashville Backroads and how that got started and where people can hear it.
Yeah, I think when I first met y'all last July, I don't even know if I'd started, but I really love interviews. I really love to do interviews. And I did from the very beginning when I had my first songs out. And somebody said, would you be interested in doing a podcast? We'll provide you a home radio station if you want to do that. And I was like, absolutely, I want to do that. Yes. And then I'm like, how do you do a podcast? I had no idea. I had no idea when the internet and the radio.
Yes, but how?
Yeah, I was just like, and me, Lizzie, Life with Lizzie, jump in with 2 feet and then go, where's the instruction manual? So I literally had to Google how to do a podcast. And I just jumped in with both feet. I have this little portable over here in my office, this little portable recording studio, a tiny little, it's like a tent kind of a thing. And I have Studio One software, and I have learned editing. And I have met so many amazing people. So I do a weekly 60-minute podcast. I highlight anywhere from 6 or 7 different indie artists in country, Western, Christian country, gospel. Because when we spend our hard-earned money and when we write and when we record, we're so proud of it. And it's so hard to get your music out there. And I'm in the same boat. It's me, it's just me. And so I started sharing, and I like to do more than just bios with awards and names of songs. I want to know your heart. I want to know, what have you overcome, and where did this come from? Like, where did it come from? So I started that, and it has now been, I just released my 35th episode. And every time, I tell you, every week I think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I still don't know what I'm doing. And then I meet people, and I found my voice too. I found that I can be a little goofy and tell funny stories, and it's so much fun. And I tell
Right.
funny stories from the Opry and funny stories from life with me, which is always a hoot. And just, it makes it more real. And I'm really enjoying finding my voice out there, and just my little part, my little corner. So Nashville Backroads has been on now we're going on 9 months. And
Wow.
and I go out to about 18 different radio stations, and 5 of them, I believe, are in Europe, Australia, New Zealand. And I had a new request come in over the weekend. So these DJs have become friends, and I just appreciate them so much, because I need a lot of guidance. I
Yeah.
surround myself with people that know more than me, because, the business can be tough. And when someone, has a question, I don't always know the right answer. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Well, it's so much fun. I'm going to tell you, when I was 16, a fellow had built a radio station in my hometown. And he called me up one day because I'd done a lot of public speaking. My dad had us doing public speaking in 4-H and all kinds of different key clubs and all kinds of things. Would you like to be a DJ? And I said, yeah, girls like DJs. And so
That's about how much thought I put into it.
I did that through high school, and I worked on after school at that local station. And then I moved to a larger station in Gallatin, Tennessee, WHIN, and did that on weekends. But it was always playing music. And I got pretty bored with that. And of course, when I went to college, I had to stop all that because I didn't have time for girls if I was doing that. And I didn't have time for my studies. So I quit it then. But I discovered online radio 14 years ago. And as a hobby at that point in time, I started doing Equestrian Legacy Radio. And then it just grew. I started with horse talk, and then grew into musical guests, but it was always with guests, and I would include music. And so now I think we're in 70 countries.
Wow.
And last that I looked, it was over 1,070 cities around the world that are listening to these shows. And it has been so much fun. And we have made so many friends over the 14 years. And I even got my wife because she was a guest on my show. So that was the biggest blessing.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well played, Gary.
Yeah. Yeah. She'd been a guest on my show
Well,
for about 8 years.
listening to Lizzie's story and just the story that you shared, Gary, what the theme that I'm hearing is that y'all were saying yes to opportunities that you didn't quite know, you didn't quite feel ready for, but you were willing to try. And I think the power of saying yes to things is really underestimated. We all think that we have to be perfectly trained and perfectly know how to do everything, but there's real power in just saying, yeah, I'll give that a try.
Yeah, step out and try it. I mean, I go back and listen to we've got over 1,000 shows that you can go back and listen to now. And I go back and I listen to some of those first shows, and I think, oh my God.
You're like,
what was this? But it was all a process that you go through. And so it's a ton of fun. So you will be blessed with Nashville Backroads and the people that you come in contact with. And so 10 years from now, when you're still doing Nashville Backroads,
we'll get to talk again. We'll be visiting all through the years together.
Anyway.
Yes, I hope so, because when it comes down to it, it's really about relationships. This is my first full year in Nashville. I feel like I need a certificate on my wall because, you come in as a new person and you don't know anybody. And for a while you collect people because you just want to get out everywhere. And then you sort of settle into who are your people. And I feel so blessed that I'm, in the same circles that y'all are in. And I've just, God has given me the most amazing circle of support. Because really that is what it's all about, is just, being true to yourself and keeping your standards really high and not listening when people say things about you or you hear, it's like, nope, just I'm doing me and doing the best I can. And I just am so grateful for y'all and just meeting, people through my show. Yeah.
It's going to be a ball. You're going to have a ball. Well, for folks that are listening around the world, tell us how we can find your website, follow you on social media, how they can get your music, because the music is great and there's going to be more of it to come.
Yes, there will be more of it to come. And I just am, like I said, I'm so new at this. I was a teacher for 20 years and just learning how to streamline. So the best way to get me for now is on Facebook, Lizzy Beth Goldman. My artist name, though, is been Liz Beth, so I'm trying to streamline that. I have a brand new website that is still sort of under construction, but they're called musicbylizbeth.com.
Okay.
But like I said, that's new to me. And but my YouTube channel's Liz Beth Music. So I know it sounds a little disconnected, and I'm working on it. That's part of my process right now. I need to streamline, but Liz Beth Music is where I have YouTube music that is my own radio music, demos that I have written that are not my voice. They're just a lot of things I've written, and then my Nashville Backroads episodes are all on YouTube now too. So so I appreciate the time to share all that crazy.
And I'm going to suggest that when you go to Liz Beth on YouTube, that you be sure to subscribe.
Please do.
Because once you get 1,000 subscribers out there, you can actually start making some money off of that deal.
That would be good. I'm not good at asking for people to do that, but it is so important to get that it doesn't cost people a dime to subscribe. So if somebody wants to go and subscribe, I sure would appreciate your support.
And they can go to Equestrian Legacy Radio and subscribe too.
Yeah.
Will not hurt our feelings at all if you did that.
we would love that.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Well, you
amazing.
are a fantastic
thank you,
guest.
Lizzy.
Always great to
Thanks.
see you over here. And you and Mary Kaye need to get together and do some writing and bake
Yes,
some cakes.
We
ma'am.
need to get together and
Ouch.
just have some
Stuff,
fun and
you know.
visit.
Yeah.
I know, like I would just come and never leave, y'all. Your home is so beautiful and welcoming,
you.
and I just love hanging out with y'all. You're just a blessing and a light for my life.
Well, you're very
We
kind.
love you.
Well, we're going to close this segment of the show out with Nashville Backroads. It is a great, great song.
My little
Lizbeth,
theme song I wrote over Christmas.
you are so much fun to visit with.
Thank you.
So look forward to having you back with us again. We appreciate you, my friend.
Thanks, y'all.
All
Bye.
right.
Love you.
All right, here we go. Nashville Backroads. We'll be right back.
Old cowboy boots, miles on the tires, coffee in a paper cup, radio running wild, map folded on the dash, name written in the crease. Every mile of these back roads feels like a little piece of peace. So I'm taking the Nashville back roads where every bend feels brand new. Little church steeple, rusted mailbox, all pointing me to you. Every song on this old station turns my heartbeat into gold on these Nashville back roads. Hope is filling up my soul. Porch swing waving at a stranger driving by. Neon chase the echo of a melody down a gravel winding lane. Beautiful beginnings hiding in a homemade frame. Someday it's a big stage, tonight it's a two-step floor. But this little voice inside me keeps asking for a little more. So I follow this soft steel string like a trail of shiny dust. Every chord I'm singing feels like love, feels like enough, feels like enough. Someday it's a big stage, tonight it's a two-step floor. But there's a little voice inside me keeps asking for a little more.
Lizbeth, Nashville Backroads is the song. So much fun visiting with her today, Mary Kaye.
Really talented writer and just
Very
such a
talented.
fun person to be around. She just
Absolutely.
lights up the room. Really glad for all of our friends here in Nashville, and it just feels like a good fit.
It feels like home, doesn't it, darling?
Yes.
Young lady that comes from Utah and the town of Escalante, population 750.
Yeah, and being able to be in like a sea of other creative people, it's an incredible honor
It's pretty
and just
cool.
a surprise in my life that is just so cherished.
It is pretty cool. Hey, I want to thank our sponsors that we have for the show.
Definitely,
You
yes.
can find all of our sponsors on our website at equestrianlegacy.net. You can find the people that are sponsors in the general store, where you'll find everything for the horse lover and folks that just love the Western and equestrian lifestyle. Also on our Legacy Select horse campgrounds and guest ranches for the finest riding destinations in North America. And then go and visit east of Santa Fe. You'll find all types of art and collectibles by visiting there. You'll find all of our sponsors on our website at equestrianlegacy.net. You know, it's kind of cool having all of these friends and so many people that come and join us. And on Thursday, for the Campfire Cafe, the Harmonica Cowboy, I never can say that quite right.
I think you did it just right.
Harmonica Cowboy, Gary Allegretto is going to be joining us from California. Gary is so talented.
So excited.
He has played in so many different movies and all over the country, and is a great representative for Honer harmonicas and works with school kids all across the
Yeah,
country as
incredible
well.
work. It's going to be really fun to visit with him.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I can remember he was on one time and Bobby Bell was co-hosting with me at that time. And Bobby was talking about the fact that he was playing somewhere where she was there with a couple of women and they were just all swooning.
He's easy
Because-
on the eyes.
Yeah,
He's
Lizzie
easy on the eyes.
Lizzie Beth does not need to meet Gary Allegretto. But anyway, Gary's going to be a lot of fun. He'll be on the show on Thursday from California. And then on Saturday, it's Backcountry Horsemen of America joining us for Saddle Up America. So a lot of great shows
Great
all week
lineup.
long on Equestrian Legacy Radio. And you can find us again on iHeart Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the streaming platforms, as well as YouTube now. Just search for Equestrian Legacy Radio. And you can find our shows on our website because we now have Equestrian Legacy TV
That's
on our
right.
website, as well as all of the musical shows that are on there.
Exactly.
Visit us at equestrianlegacy.net. Well, it has been so much fun. I am so grateful to have had you as a guest on my show, Mary Kaye, for 8 years, and to finally hook you. And it was kind of funny because Lizzie was talking about being backstage with Amy Grant.
Yes.
And I was just thinking, I did a show with Vince Gill where I was co-hosting that show. And Vince was performing. We were downtown. Peter Cooper was there and a couple of others. And that was on a Friday night.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday night, you came to town and did a house concert in Franklin, Tennessee, the following night.
Yes.
And so I got to have 2 great nights, one with Vince Gill and one with Mary Kaye. And I think I had more fun listening to Mary Kaye.
Oh, well, thank
But Vince
you.
is hilarious. He's not
Great.
only a great performer, but he is a funny guy.
It's fun to be a good hang. He's a good
hang. Yeah. Well, we're going to close the show today out with another great group. These are the Sawdust Brothers. And we're going to take a listen to their great song. And when we see you next time, we'll see you on Live from Nashville next Tuesday. This is the Sawdust Brothers. It's called Toe the Line. We'll see you later. Thanks.
Bye, y'all.
Toe the line, or get thee back, get thee behind me, devil black. Throw my face down in the dust, don't be surprised when I get up and I toe the line. Get thee behind, devil black, don't waste no time, just toe the line. Was it grace that brought me here, or the devil's face staring in my mirror? You could gather all the joy I found. If I could find a match, I'd burn it down. And I told the line, yeah, don't look back, devil black. I told the line, I told the line. Let's go now. Cause I told the line, waste no time. I told the line, I told the line. Told the line, or get thee back, get thee behind me, devil black. Preaching power, but bringing death. And I will fight you till my last breath. Cause I told the line, don't look back, devil black. I waste no time.